Hey guys, Graham here. I'm going to be coming at you a new video life story. Now, I just want to start off by saying, sorry if you hear any birds in the background. I don't have any pet birds, if you're wondering. That's actually outside. I have my windows open because it's hot as fuck. And, so this story is actually about, ghosts or whatever, or sleep paralysis. Now, I know, ghosts and sleep paralysis and demons and all that, those are all like closely linked to each other in some way, shape, or form. Like if you look up sleep paralysis on Google, pictures of like, well, these pictures come up, but also pictures of like demons on top of people, hovering over people, and yeah. Now they say that sleep paralysis comes with, or like some of the effects of sleep paralysis are hallucinations, and I believe I had hallucinations because whenever it was happening, around 2 o'clock I went to bed, or I felt like I was going to bed, but I was still like kind of awake. So I'm just laying there, and hallucinations and shit start happening. No, that's not how it happened. I'm just laying there with my head tilted to the right, and I have a fan at the bottom of my bed pointed onto me, and it's just blowing air, and it kind of sounds like if like you hear a lawnmower from far away, kind of sounds like that, just like a motor running and the fan, but that plays a role towards the end of the story. So yeah, what was happening was I was laying there, head tilted to the right, and then next thing you know, my room goes completely dark. Sometimes I sleep with or I don't like go to sleep, but like I'll just leave my door open just to, you know, like air out my room. So I had my door open, and we have like a hall light in the hallway just so like you can see where you're walking, don't run into anything. So we have that, so it like kind of lights up my room while I'm just laying there to air out my room real quick. And I definitely wasn't planning to like go to sleep, but it was on my mind, sleep. I was definitely tired. Whenever I tried to move my head, that's whenever like the real force started happening. I couldn't move my head whatsoever. The only part that I could kind of move were my feet, and I could still barely move them. Now like 14 to 15 minutes later, my grandma comes in. And if you don't know, I live with my grandma. I don't think I've ever mentioned that on my channel, but I do. And she comes in, but it doesn't look like her. And in like this little, you know, sleep paralysis hallucination shit, my room's completely dark. Again, like I said, the hall light kind of lights it up a bit. So my room's completely dark, and while I was like hallucinating, I put quotes around that, you can't really see, but I did. And so she comes in, but it's not really her. It looked like kind of like demonic, hate to say, but it had her voice, and it was kind of like she was just bent over looking at me, saying, wake up. Well, she was saying my name, saying, get up. And so like my eyes were open, and the room was dark, and I couldn't see anything. But I knew my eyes were open, and I knew I was awake during this like whole thing. And I just see like this little thing bending over with the voice of my grandma telling me to wake up. And I was awake, and I was like trying to speak, but I couldn't. I was making these mumbling noises, and this is just like sending me like chills down my spine thinking about it, because that's like a part that I really remember from this like whole experience. Well, anyway, that's the part that I really remember. And so next thing you know, the thing or whatever is out of the room, and I'm just like, it's happening. Like I was thinking clearly, but I couldn't speak, I couldn't move or anything, and I was laid out flat on my bed. Like my arms were not to my sides, but like they were spread out, and like it was kind of like my body was perfectly symmetrical. to like the other side, or it looked the same as the other side, like in the same way, hands spread out the same way, kind of like that. And like I said, I have a fan at the bottom of the bed, and so whenever I go to, like, you know, try to, you know, wake up or whatever, I hear my grandma's voice from downstairs saying my name. She was saying my name and saying, like, just calling me to come downstairs or whatever. And I'm trying to, like, move, and I'm trying to say stuff, but I can't because I don't know why. Sleep paralysis, demons, I don't know. But anyway, so I try to get up to turn off this fan so I can hear her and she can hear me. And again, I couldn't move. And as soon as I get like the strength to get up, like my eyes opened up, kind of like they were shut the whole time or something. Like I felt like they were open. And so my eyes open up, and then my door was open. So that's why I think it was a kind of a dream, but it still felt like something was pushing down on me, and I know I was mumbling like in my sleep. It was kind of like I was half in a dream and half in my sleep. So yeah, it was a crazy experience. I hope it doesn't happen again. But you know, a part of me wishes that it would, just so I could try and react different, because I was honestly kind of panicking, because it wasn't, I was kind of hallucinating, like the thing says. And yeah, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to stay awesome, don't do drugs, and peace out. Forever